Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Sympathy Kiss, continuing Mitsuki's route, or Saltame's, whatever, because we haven't called it Mitsuki yet. We gotta get to that point. Also, I looked yesterday afterward, and we're more than halfway through because there's only 6 chapters, and we just started chapter 4. Well, episode 4, and there's 6, so we're about at the halfway point, so, because we finished 3. Plus, there's also the prologue, so I figure we're at least at the halfway point. So, there you go. I strolled along the beachfront where I once had walked with Saltame, this time alone. I tried reaching out to Saltame over the phone, but he didn't pick up. He also hadn't read my messages on Ring. Unable to sit still, I found myself here. I'm going to throw myself in the ocean if you don't answer me. It's a little dramatic, and maybe don't threaten people like that just to get their attention. It's an Otome game. We're allowed to be overly dramatic, right? Back when I was in school, I'd walk around here whenever I wanted some time to myself. I mean, just look at it. The gorgeous ocean, the soothing breeze. It's the perfect place for some introspection, right? Are we here because we think he's here? Satame mentioned that he came here when he wanted to contemplate things alone. I was a little surprised by how far I'd come. There was no certainty that I'd find him here, but I couldn't help myself. Look at her stalking him. I love it. Amasawa? In that moment, a familiar voice called out my name. Oh, look, he looks like look at his sad little eyebrows. I love his little sad face. Like, he's the perfect labradoodle. He really is, because he's got a little, like, when he gets angry, you're like, you're sexy when you're angry, or when you're shoving us on a desk. But then when he makes his little sad face, you're like, oh, look at the poor little sad thing. I just want to comfort him and pet him. Tell him everything's going to be okay. Get your emotions all over the map. Good character. I like him. He's not our hot boss that I want to bang. But, like, you can't not love him, I guess. What are you... I wanted to see you. I wanted to see you, not I wanted to talk to you. I mean, I want to talk to you, but I feel like I want to see you is a little... You know what I mean? Like, I want to talk to you. And then there's I want to see you. It's a little more passion behind I want to see you. No, it's I wanted to talk to you. Okay. I just feel like see you has a little more, personal choice. I struggled to find an adequate explanation other than I just ended up here. The truth was, I just desperately wanted to talk with him. Oh, look how sad he looks! When Saltame heard my words, he stared back at me, a conflicted look on his face. How dumb are you? You came way out here, even though you knew you might not see me? We're no longer partners, remember? So don't come chasing me all the way here. Don't make all this meaningless... Satame was right. We weren't partners. I had also asked Director Kobase to end our partnership, believing it would improve the situation. But still, I found myself chasing him. What? You're telling me you asked Koba the same thing? Heh. That is too much. Satame laughed a bit, seeming to relax slightly. To be honest, I thought it'd be better for both of us to keep our distance. I was emotionally drained from all the crap people were saying about me, and you, Amasawa. Satame halted his sentence there, scrutinizing me with furrowed brows. Didn't you think there was something strange about this whole thing? Oops, sorry about that. You okay? Oh, it's just Amasawa. She'll find some guy to take care of her in no time, am I right? Listen, they're just jealous because my milkshake's bringing all the boys to the yard. Okay? And damn right it's better than yours. Listen! You can't not throw that out in a situation like this. It's just one of those, like, Daddy, I love him things. Every once in a while, there quotes from songs and or movies that will just never not be topical and never not fit the situation. And this is one of those. Like, they are just jealous that all the boys all up in here want to get all up in my shit and they're in my man harem. Don't hate me because you ain't me, bitches. Whatever. You don't even have names. I might not have eyes, but these bitches don't even have faces, let alone names. So whatever. For real. I'm gonna trip this bitch right down the stairs. Now that he mentioned it, there were a few instances of people acting hostile toward me, despite the rumor of me being a victim. And that's why I thought it'd be best if I kept my distance until things cooled down. But you were so careless. You just kept calling me and messaging me. People at work don't know that I'm calling you. I huffed. I told him that despite those coworkers, despite the rumors, I still only wanted for us to go back to how we were. I had a feeling you'd say that. I suppose we can talk normally in places where no one from work is around, but I just figured that would make it harder for me to be cold with you at work the next day. Aw, he's adorable. No, only call me if it's urgent. Recalling his words from that time made my heart ache. After taking a small, deep breath, I decided to ask if what Minato had told me before was true. Remember when I told you I didn't want to talk about my time in high school? Of course I did. And that was exactly why I wanted him to tell me the truth. Satame gave a small nod and began to tell the story of what happened. When I was a sophomore, I created an app. There was this guy in my class who'd forget something every single day, so I figured an app could serve as a reminder for him. Eventually, everyone started downloading it. We would share things like schedules or exam topics. It was really handy, you know? So, wait a minute. Are we going to now get to the story of, like, I created an app and then people used it as a gossip forum and somehow then it was he created the gossip forum? Because technically, he did create the forum. He didn't make it a gossip forum. It turned into that. So it's not really like, you know what I mean? Like, you created an app that's supposed to help people remember shit. And other people bastardized it, and now you're getting the fallout for it? Okay. All right. Okay, you know what? The guy who inspired the app started forgetting things less often, and my classmates started doing better on exams. Everyone expressed their gratitude, even my teachers. Over time, they requested new features, a class diary, photo album, stuff like that, so I updated the app regularly. One day, one of my classmates suggested adding a chat room exclusive to members. Most of our school-related information was in that app, so I guess they found it troublesome to switch over to Ring whenever they wanted to discuss that stuff. It was no big deal for me to add that feature, so I did it right away. But that eventually turned into something like a school gossip forum. At first, it was just about helping each other with homework. But then I did something stupid. Something stupid? Satame paused for a moment, seemingly uncomfortable, before continuing. Trusted high school kids? Because I feel like that's the stupid part. No offense, if you're in high school. But, like, when you're young, you do stupid shit. Like, you know what I mean? One day I was helping a classmate with their assignment as usual. There was a smart guy giving advice, but his answers were off. I corrected him and showed him how to solve it. And that's where I should have left it, but without giving it much thought, I told him to avoid helping others if he couldn't even get his own answer right. So, okay. He did what he always does. Don't you know where your fucking department's shit is? If you can't, you shouldn't help someone else if you don't know the answer. So he just said something stupid because he tends to speak before he thinks. Okay, this is typical. I felt bad for the classmates who believed the wrong answer, and I said so in the chat. Okay. People seem to agree with me, too. It didn't seem like a big deal then, but after that, the chat room's atmosphere started to sour. People started making fun of anyone who made a mistake in class, revealing who failed exams. So, okay, so you technically started it, but it was kind of like not intentional. You were like, hey, this guy was giving out wrong answers, so like, hey, don't listen to him. Thinking that you're helping people by being like, hey, if Tom gave you answers, he didn't know the answer, it's wrong, so don't use that. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, Tom's an idiot! And then just, okay, again, I'd say you trusted teenagers with being able to not be assholes, but you trusted anybody with the ability to not be an asshole. Because let's be real, if you had this at work, the only thing that's stopping people from calling out other people directly on an open forum is, I don't want to get fired for that. And it's I'm pretending I'm professional. But they're going to go back and they're going to foul mouth you. Because work? when you're an adult, I'm using air quotes around this, is basically high school 2.0. People are just not as bitchy to your face because they can't get away with it. Like, kids can be like, oh, you're an idiot, Tom. Oh, get the answer wrong. I guess maybe not now, because now that'd be like bullying or whatever, but like, kids tease kids all the time. And they always have since time began. But when you say that as an adult, it's like, I'm going to HR because, like, shut your fucking face. You know what I mean? So, like, there's a little more, like, yeah, you're an adult and you're like, then you wait till Tom's not around and you look at your neighbor and you're like, Tom's such a fucking moron. Oh my God, I know, right? And you basically turn into what those bitches were to me, saying all that nasty shit and spreading rumors. So, like, as you're learning from this, work is no different from high school. It's just shadier. Okay? So, yeah. So you trusted other human beings to not be dicks, basically. It got worse every day. People just talking shit about each other behind their backs. It was just bullying. They're not really talking behind their backs if they're on a public forum that anybody could read. Tom said Sally is a slut. It's not really behind her back if she can open the thing and see that. You know what I mean? Eventually, it all got exposed and the app was promptly deleted. All the people who used to thank me started criticizing me for creating the app in the first place. Again, it's not your fault, really. I mean, did you start pushing that snowball down the hill? Yeah, but a million other people could have stopped it instead of. And you weren't like, let's bully people. And everyone was like, yeah, you were like, Tom fucked up that answer, don't listen to him. And everybody kind of went asshole rogue with it. So, not really. Some even started spreading false rumors about me. They said I cheated using the app, or that I stole the source code, or that I led the cyberbullying. Source code, a set of instructions for a computer to run, expressed in a string of characters according to the specifications of a given programming language. Despite my denials, no one would listen. And so I spent the rest of my school life until graduation in total isolation. Ridiculous, right? I do like that they threw that into his backstory, because now, with everyone talking about him behind his back at work, it's like reminiscing about it. And it's like, sometimes the shit that happens to you when you're young doesn't ever leave you. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be like, okay, it's in the past, but it still haunts you. And he's got a little bit of trauma from this. Like, hey, I did something nice, and then everybody blamed me for something bad that happened, even though I didn't do anything, and it was mob mentality. And, like, so that made high school suck. But now I'm in the real world. Oh, it's happening again. You know what I mean? Like, like, because he's such a labradoodle that, like, with people spreading rumors, you think he would have been like, yeah, well, whatever. I don't give a fuck what they're saying. I know they didn't say, like, whatever. But it's the trauma resurfacing. It's the repeating the same scenario in a way that's making him be like, nope, gonna run away. Because, you know what I mean? Because you don't know how to deal with it. Because, like, when the first time you experienced this, you were a teenager, you wouldn't know how to deal with that. You know what I mean? Especially the whole school, everybody bullying you about it. Like, and then now you got past it by just flying under the radar, hiding in a corner. So now you're not equipped to deal with something like that. You know? And even still, even if you hadn't had the high school thing and people were saying this shit behind your back at work, you're still not equipped to deal with that, because you're like, excuse me? I'm I'm friends with this person and we chat and we talk and now you're spreading rumors? The fuck did that come from? What the hell? And it's because I hate this so fucking much. It's all about perception. Doesn't matter if you're the nicest, most wonderful person in the world. If one person perceives you being an ass, and then they're like, this person is an ass, you're an ass now. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're an ass. It'll go, and that's basically what's happening to him. He's like, what the fuck, you know? I'm sure Asaka had something to do with it. I don't know. I just feel like he's might have instigated some of this, you know? There you have it. That's my story. Looking at Saltame's somber expression, I hug him. Hold him tightly. Don't stroke his head. Although stroke his head is kind of cute because he's always ruffling your hair, so I feel like it's giving him back what he does to you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cute. But I just want to hold him tightly. Yeah, thank God. Okay. Without realizing it, I found myself hugging Saltame tightly. Gently, I stroked his back. Amasawa? I wasn't sure what to say after learning about his painful past, but it was clear that Saltame had been deeply scarred by the experience. And to make matters worse, someone was exploiting those old wounds, trying to drag his name through the mud. Do you think Asaka knows about what happened in the past to make it worse? I wouldn't let that happen. I mean, somebody has to, because what's-his-face Minato knew about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's rumors that he was bullying people in high school. So, someone had to have known to be able to, like, work that in. Yeah. Who's the asshole that's doing this to me? Saltame took a step back, his voice ringing out defiantly as though he was trying to change the mood. If the allegations had stopped at workplace harassment, it could have been dismissed as a misunderstanding, but digging up high school rumors meant this was almost certainly done maliciously. I feel like it's Asaka. That's so unfortunate. But to be fair, he does have mischief in his face. When he showed up and it's like, you have mischievous face. But it's more like, but they give him the like, I'm gonna do naughty things to you later. He has like perverted naughty mischief face, not I'm gonna make Saltame's life hell mischief face. But fair enough, it's still mischief face. I wondered if he had any idea who was behind it. I mean, we know, come on. Well, not really. No one specific, anyway. But I've always known there was no shortage of people that don't like me. I mean, there have always been folks who couldn't keep up with my way of working. Quite a few of them, actually. But I never believed it was right to hold myself back for them, and I didn't expect them to try to match me. I thought being more skilled, it was my role to do the work for them. But, well, not everyone appreciated that. You're part of a team, or keep pace with the rest of us, or whatever else they'd say. Well, Koba did call me out once back when you and I started working together. It made sense that some people would feel that way when working with Saltame. I told him he was incredibly competent and could handle anything on his own, so it made sense he felt he had to do everything. But I also had to tell him I could see how some interpreted his attitude as dismissive. Saltame stayed silent. I then brought up the other incident Minato had mentioned. The person who quit? Oh, that guy. He joined the company around the same time that you did, Amasawa. I took him under my wing right after he joined. He was really sharp and we got along great. We were actually pretty close. He quit because I think he said something about taking care of his parents. I heard he moved back home. So he wasn't even in the city anymore. If that was true, it was unlikely that he was the source of the rumors. And also, it's like they're just using that as a bait. Like, oh, that guy quit because Saltame was bullying him. And it's like, that guy is probably like, no, actually, he was always really cool to me. I really appreciated all of his help. I left literally to take care of my parents. Like, yeah, I agree. Unless he's using someone still in the office to spread it for him, but... Well, whatever the case, I'll do some digging, but I'll try to keep it low-key. I nodded in response. Here's the thing. What we should do, and I wonder if all of a sudden Asaka's going to come up and, oh, did you want to talk? Like, whatever, and we'll be like, you know what, I'm going to make up something and say something to Asaka, and then he's going to be like, oh, shit, and then like, oh, Saltame did this, that, and the other thing, and you're going to be like, nope, it's you, because you're the only person that was told, you know? I nodded in response. I was ready to support him in any way I could. It's Asaka. Thanks. Satame ruffled my hair with a smirk. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. He seemed to be returning to his old self, which was a relief. You know, I really do want to work with you. I want us to complete this project and win this competition together. I responded with a smile and a nod, and he returned it. Let's ask Koba to put us back on the same team tomorrow. I figured Director Kobase wouldn't be too happy about that, considering we both requested reassignment just a week ago. It would be funny if, like, he wouldn't be so happy because we just requested reassignment yesterday, and the poor man is probably fed up with our bullshit, but a week ago, it would have been funnier if it was yesterday, like, that poor man. But with Saltame at my side, I wasn't too concerned. Yeah, if he gets pissed, we'll face it together. Alright, time to head home. I'll give you a lift. Hop on. Satame motioned to his motorcycle, which was parked a ways off. The cool summer night breeze brushed against my cheeks. In contrast to the cold wind, the warmth radiating from Satame's body as I held on to him was deeply comforting. This background looks so familiar. I feel like it's been used in other games, and I don't know which one, but all of a sudden seeing this, I was like, shit, we've seen this background before. Very similar one with, like, the way it's angled, like, the road's kind of going off on the right corner, but you're looking, you know what I mean? There's another game that had a background very, very similar to this. Holy shit. It, like, slaps you in the face. You're like, oh my god, this is a background that looks very similar to a game I can't remember, but it's so simple. Like, oh. Satame parked his motorcycle at a nearby park and walked me the rest of the way home. Not ready to part ways just yet, I dragged my feet as much as I could, but still, home came far too quickly. You could, invite him in for, a nightcap? Yeah, and he's gonna like, oh, like a drink? And you're like, yes, but I don't have liquor or coffee or anything, so. Okay then, see you tomorrow. Satame started to walk away, but I grab him and kiss him. Does this man forget that he, like, shoved you on a desk and made out with you? Because I want to keep talking about work. Would you like some coffee? Would you like some coffee? I like that one. About work? Come on, girl. What the fuck? See, that one's blue now. Okay, see, I'm not crazy. The flowers do change color. I didn't actually have anything work-related to discuss, but the words tumbled out before I could stop them. Uh-huh. And the truth is, Satame seemed to see right through me. I love you, don't leave me. Let's go upstairs and have sex. I gave up and admitted that I simply wanted to talk with him a bit longer. Sure. Funny enough, I was hoping for the same thing. Oh, come into my bedroom, which is also my living room. I set a glass of water on the table in front of Satame. No, thanks. Despite being the one to invite him in, I was suddenly hit with a wave of nerves from being alone with him in your room when your bed is literally right there. Right there! It's going to be so easy to tumble into it. After a moment's hesitation, I sat next to him, leaving an awkward gap between us. If they actually bang here, I'm going to be shocked, to be fair. What's with all that space? I worried it might come off as a bit rude, but I knew I'd struggle to keep my cool if I sat any closer to him. However, he seemed to misunderstand, and his face took on a grim look. I'm sorry. I tilted my head at his apology. I didn't connect the dots until a few moments later. Oh, he's thinking about the kiss. Obviously, for what I did the other day. It's not an excuse, but I was agitated, and I took it out on you and did something terrible to you. Sir, it was not terrible. It was hot. I mean, oh, here we go. Flashback to that CG. Look at how fucking hot he is in this CG. The look on his face, everything. It's sexy as fuck. Like, good job, CG team. This is amazing. But I mean, yes, no, good, apologize for it because you just shoved me down on a desk and shoved your tongue down my throat. But I'm not going to complain because I liked it, so. Aren't you going to push me off? A rush of heat swept over my face as I recalled how Satame pushed me against the desk, and how I cleared my throat. He was looking at me anxiously, waiting for me. So it's so cute, though, because, like, you sit kind of with a big gap, and he's like, what are you... Oh, it's because I'm a pervert. And you're like, no, it's because I might do the same to you if I sit any closer to you. He's like, oh, really? Visibly regretting what he'd done to me. I mumbled. I didn't resist him then because I didn't want to. What do you mean by that? Look at the look on his face. He's like, so there's a chance? Satame's eyebrows relaxed, but he didn't break his gaze, as if trying to decipher me. I thought about how to respond. Tell him you want to bone him right now. Angry or sad? What? What are these options? He's like, what do you mean by that? I didn't want to because I am mad at you. Or like, I didn't want to because I felt bad for you. Because either one of these options is just not, doesn't seem right. Yeah, it's upset. Okay. I understood what it was that he wanted me to say, but I couldn't overcome my embarrassment. Hey, why'd you stop there? Isn't it too late to feel shy? Alright, how about we say it together? 1, 2, 3. I like you. Our words overlap perfectly, taking my breath away. Funny if you're like, I'm in love with Kobase. He's like, me too. I'm ruining our beautiful moment. Can't believe we actually said it at the same time. Spacey, look at me. Look at how adorable he is. Satome slid over to close the gap between us as he spoke. My breath hitched as I heard my name in his voice, especially as he tilted my chin up. It's true, because he called us by our first name. He's done it a couple times, but... I figured it was about time. Call me by my first name too, Spacey. If it'd make him happy, I bit my lip and whispered his name. Shit. Oh, look at how embarrassed he is for the... Oh, that's so cute. He's... Oh, call me by my first name and you do, and he's like, oh god, I'm so embarrassed. It's so adorable. Stop it. Oh. Look at him pulling us in. He's like lunging on the couch. Wow, damn. It's a CG, in case you couldn't. Sorry. Then Mitsuki embraced me, wrapping me completely in his arms. We had physical contact many times before, but in that moment it felt as though we were touching each other for the first time. I mean, not exactly, because you've made out on the desk, but sorta, kinda. I like you so much. I don't care what anyone says. I need to be with you, Spacey. Oh, I love it. I felt exactly the same way about him. Now kiss. To show him, I wrapped my arms around his back. I might cause you even more trouble from here on out. You think you can forgive me? I would in a heartbeat, or maybe it was better to say there was nothing to forgive, because I wanted to be with Mitsuki no matter what. And I was prepared to face the consequences for whatever came next. Thank you. Now kiss, goddammit. I want to make you mine. Right here, right now, Spacey. Can we go right over there in the bedroom? It'd be a little more comfortable. As Mitsuki spoke, he gradually drew his face closer and closer to mine. Are we really going to bone this man right now? High five for us. Good job, girl. Get it. Anticipating his next move, I instinctively closed my eyes. Then, for a fleeting moment, something soft brushed against my lips. Let's save the rest until things are settled, okay? God damn it, you tease! I'm always getting cock-blocked. It's usually by someone else. He's cock-blocking himself. But the anticipation will make it worth it. I don't want to read it. It'll be awkward as fuck, but... He left me with that confident, gentle smile. But you know what? It is cute. Like, let's wait until everything's settled and we can celebrate by boning each other. Hell yeah! The next morning... Look! Oh, he's got a whole new outfit! You know what I love? I love the multiple outfits. Well, okay, to be fair, we had his normal... So, like, now it's, like, summertime or whatever. So, like, we're changing in the seasons. And, like, I figured, okay, he's got his outside of work outfit and his work outfit. But now he's got a new work outfit. This is cool. I like the change of outfits. I like it when they do... Look, I like it when the games put in a little bit of effort. You know? Like, Winner's Wish, which we're playing in tandem with this right now. You know, when they talk about, like, the little bird is sitting on your shoulder, or sitting here, the bird is actually on the sprites, and actually is there. On your main character, on the other characters, like, they put that effort in, and it's like, that is just I love that. You know, but this is not just, I have my work outfit and I have an outside of work outfit where they got multiple. It's a little added extra, you know? We're like, we gave them a whole fucking wardrobe. I'm here for this. It's just little shit like this that makes me happy. I don't know. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Mitsuki and I approached Director Kobase with our apologies and requested to go back to being partners. Both of you, look at me. I'm never not looking at you, sir. Hearing the director's order, we both straightened our gazes to meet his. Oh! Even he's got a new outfit! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you little whore. With your shirt partially unbuttoned? Not wearing a suit? Wearing sleeves rolled up where I could see 4 arms and a little bit of cleavage? Oh, stop it. I'm dead. This is what I expect his pajamas to look like. You know what I mean? He's like Barney Stinson with suit jammas. You know what I mean? Like, you were in a full fucking suit before, and now you're like buttoned on shirt, sleeves rolled up. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? I love it so much. I love it. I'm not doing this just because I'm supportive of your relationship. I also believe it's more efficient when the two of you work together. Yeah, you sure have been sighing a lot since the reassignment director. Oh, look at our glasses, Marshmallow. He's like, it was just making me sad that you two weren't happy together. Oh, I cannot wait to romance the pants off this man. I won't deny that. he's okay. I think he's the best Marshmallow. He might be one of my favorite marshmallows because usually they're very crunchy on the outside. It takes a while to gooey them up, you know what I mean? To break through. But like, he's just like being gooey all over the place. Like, he is just not even hiding the marshmallow. You know what I mean? Like most of the marshmallow characters do. You know, you're like, you're so crusty on the out. You're going to be so gooey on the inside, molten. It's adorable. You know it. But he is just, he started off like, God damn it, get the fuck out of the way. And then he buys you a juice, and you're like, look at you. And like this, he's like, all sighing because we're not happy together. Like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I like the characters in this. They're fun. Oh, God, they're fun. Minato, are you okay with this? Yeah, I always managed operations alone anyway. Seeing Oe and Minato agree to the reassignment was a relief, but it was short-lived as Director Kabase continued. As for the rumors about Saotome, we need to find out who's been spreading these rumors and deal with them severely. See? Even he's gonna beat down someone for hurting the Labradoodle! I love our little family. As your boss, that's on me. Thank you, Koba. But I can't ignore the way I've acted as at least partly to blame for this. So it's on me to set things right. Mitsuki spoke firmly and with determination. You can see, okay, I mean, oh wait, that's a new outfit for Minato too, because he was wearing a different one earlier, and I thought, oh, that's his like spring wardrobe, but maybe it was his after work wardrobe or whatever, but now he's got this one. So that's different, but they don't ever change Oe's outfit. She doesn't warrant a new outfit. I guess because she's just a side character, so she's not important enough. They could have given her something different, because I'm pretty sure she's been wearing this the whole game. She could have at least had a different one. We don't need the outside of work outfit or anything, you know. Though Minato and Oe didn't seem entirely convinced. But if you try to act on your own here, won't that just make things worse? Exactly. Whoever's behind these rumors is targeting you to try and bring you down. Playing it safe might be smarter than trying to handle this on your own. We're handling it as a family. Their concerns made me nervous as well. The last thing I wanted was for the situation to get even worse for Mitsuki. No, I'm done playing it safe. I'm not going to let it affect Spacey any longer either. Saotome shot me a glance, grinning fearlessly. Oh, why do we go back to last name talking? No matter what happens, we're going to get through it together, right? Those words meant a lot to me. Yeah, because if we don't, we're never going to get to have sex. And everyone's like, girl. If someone wanted to hurt Mitsuki, I'd be there to protect him. Of course, we always protect our Labradoodle. And if they did manage to hurt him, I'd be by his side to comfort him. But after I kick a bitch down the stairs. Plus, I think whoever's behind this won't know what to do if I just start acting normal again. Oh, good point. It might provoke the troublemaker into slipping up. If this is what you intend to do, I won't stop you, but... Besides, it's not like I got zero idea who's behind all this. Mitsuki added cryptically. I respect your decision. If you want to end this on your own, then you have my blessing. He's like, thank God, it's one less thing I have to do. But don't go overboard. Look at his little angry cat pout. Got it. His weak laugh and smile had a tinge of sadness. He's like, oh, I wanted to go overboard. After that, I discussed the details of the transfer with Saltame and Minato. So you're cool with her coming back as my assistant, Co? Well, mostly. I used to ask the design department to cover all the UI work. UI, abbreviation for user interface. Data in a website or application which users see and interact with, often used when discussing application design, colors, and fonts. You're learning all sorts of software shit right now. It was nice having Amasawa around to help me out with that stuff. That makes sense. Guess it saves time on explaining all the details and handing over data and stuff. Maybe you could keep helping him out with that stuff, Spacey. Think you can handle that? Sure. It didn't seem like a big ask, so I promptly agreed. Thank you. And just let me know if it starts to impact your competition work. We don't want you to have to juggle too much at once. Sounds good. I'll let Koba know about all this. As I nodded in response to Mitsuki, Minato suddenly remembered something. Oh, by the way, Saotome, I completed those documents you wanted. I'll send them over later. Awesome. Thanks, Ko. That's a big help. Don't mention it. It wasn't too difficult, so if you need anything else, just let me know. Really? Then how about grabbing some ice cream for us at the convenience store? Don't push it. I hadn't seen these two casually chat like that in ages. I couldn't hold back a smile, and Mitsuki, spotting my grin, joined in. Man, feels like we're really working as a team now. I used to think doing everything myself was faster, you know? But now look at us. Koba's calling the shots, always keeping us organized, and Ko's on support. This is... I don't know, but it feels good. Like, this is what I've been searching for all along. You just needed a family. Minato's over here like, oh god. Considering the old Mitsuki never would have said something like that, I was genuinely stunned. Minato seemed just as surprised, giving Mitsuki a wide-eyed look. What? Nothing, it's just... I guess people really can change. I giggled and nodded with Minato. I was ecstatic to know that Mitsuki had come to see our department as a place where he belonged. Then... Hey guys! Oe returned from her errand, carrying a paper bag. I brought back some treats. I figured you'd all be craving something sweet right about now. As she spoke, she began unpacking cakes from the bag. Looks like you got us figured out, Oe. She even snagged lemon custard cakes. Here. Ooh, lemon cakes. Mitsuki picked up a wrapped, bright yellow cake and lobbed it my way. The cake he tossed traced a perfect arc and landed smoothly in my hands. Nice catch! I mean, Saotome, don't throw food. Oh, wait. Saotome, don't throw food. All right, my bad. The last time I heard someone being told not to play with their food was in elementary school. Minato's comment made me and Oe burst out laughing. Meanwhile, Mitsuki was already busy enjoying his cake. Seemed as though Minato's words went in one ear and out the other. Yeah, well, he only has so many brain cells. He's usually using them for work. Right now, he is using them for cake. Since Oe brought a special treat, it seemed right to pair it with some drinks. With that thought, I excused myself and got up from my seat. I'm gonna go get us some drinks, guys, and run into trouble. Walking back from the lounge, I casually glanced over at the area that housed Mitsuki's old department. A tense air hung over the entire department. Suddenly, someone was rushing toward me from behind. Oh, Amasawa, everything all right? As I greeted Asaka, I wondered if he might have some useful information since he knew Mitsuki so well. I feel like he might be the one, so maybe don't talk to him. If I could glean anything from him, it would help us track down the source of the rumors. Don't tell him that. Sorry, I got a bit of a crisis on my hands. Can we chat later? Seeing as he was clearly in a rush, I didn't press the issue. Then I'll see you later. Just as Asaka was about to leave, a familiar voice rang out. Spacey, there you are. Took you long enough. I thought you got stuck trying to carry all the drinks. With that, Mitsuki stepped in, taking the tray of paper cups from me. As I apologized for taking so long, I glanced over at Asaka. He was giving Mitsuki a puzzled look. Yeah, because he's like, why is he being upbeat again? Yeah, I feel like it's our devious little elf man. He's so precious and adorable, but he's apparently a big fat dick. And not the good kind. Ugh. Oh, hey, Asaka. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. You two seem friendlier than usual. No, really? Well, that's one way to put it. I just realized I've had enough of these bullshit rumors, and I'm not gonna let them bother me anymore. Is that so? Saka, were you in a hurry? Oh, yes, that's right. See you later, both of you. Mitsuki watched Asaka as he walked away with a conflicted expression on his face. When I asked him if anything was wrong, he simply offered a vague smile. It's nothing. Let's go back. Don't bite, that's not nice. As I served the drinks I'd brought, I casually talked with Oe about the scene I'd just witnessed. Oh my, I wonder what happened. But if there really was an emergency, why didn't they call Saotome? Huh? Blame me. Were you helping them troubleshoot not too long ago? Manano's words seemed to jog Oe's memory. I remember Asaka coming over here. Did something happen when you left the department? I don't know. I hope not. It wasn't like Mitsuki to be so vague. He sipped his coffee, pretending to be deep in thought. Oh, by the way, when I was... What are you all doing here? Shouldn't you be working? Look, he's just wearing, and it's untucked with khaki pants. Oh, it's actually a 3/4 length sleeve shirt. What in the women's department are you doing with that shirt, sir? It's not even sleeves rolled up. It's literally, like, I don't think I've ever seen a 3/4 length sleeve men's shirt. He's over there like, I like ladies' shirts. They fit my waist better. They're more fitted. They're more fitted, less boxy. They fit my girlish figure. Like, he doesn't really have a girlish figure, but... As Oe briskly tried to change the topic, Director Kobase sat down to join our little gathering. We were just on a break. Good timing, Koba. Mitsuki tossed a cake over to Director Kobase. Don't throw food, Saotome. Shouldn't you have learned that in elementary school? Nah, sorry. This all feels weirdly familiar. I guess he didn't learn his lesson. With the cold distance that was between Mitsuki and I was afraid we'd never see our team getting along like this again. I felt a sense of relief at seeing things finally go back to normal. Alright, let's get back to work after the director finishes his snack. You don't have to wait. Just go back to work now. No, I want another one. And then I want one too. Seriously, you guys. They're growing boys. Later that evening, Mitsuki stopped me as I passed by him in the hallway. Hey, Spacey. Mitsuki looked serious, a stark contrast to the jovial expression he wore just a few hours ago. I waited nervously for him to continue. You were pretty close to Asaka at one point, right? His question caught me completely off guard. I thought it was an exaggeration to say that we were close. We happened to have drinks together at Evergreen one night, and that was all. Although we exchanged ring accounts, we never actually texted there. No, wait, you're misunderstanding. I'm not trying to rehash all that right now. I just wanted to say that he seems kind of fishy. You know what I mean, right? Yes. I immediately realized that he was talking about the rumors. Uh-huh. It hadn't occurred to me that Asaka might somehow be involved in this. I didn't want to think he was, but at the same time, my chest filled with unease. I wondered how much emotion Mitsuki was concealing behind his calm tone. Anger, pain, because, like, he thought Asaka was kind of a friend. Can we talk for a minute after work? If what Mitsuki was thinking turned out to be true, I knew how hard it would be for him to accept. But like it or not, there's only one truth. I promised Mitsuki we'd talk later. No matter what happens, we're gonna get through it together, right? I chanted those words in my mind on my way back to my desk, like casting a spell. okay. We got through the entirety of chapter 4. So either the chapter went faster or I didn't ramble half as much as I normally do. Because, like, a week later, I invited Asaka for a drink and we decided to meet at Evergreen. Like, hello, Amasawa. Sorry to keep you waiting. The director stopped me on my way here. Why is it that whenever you want to leave work early, something comes up? Seriously. Isaka arrived at the bar a few minutes late and took the seat next to mine. Anyway, thank you for the invite, Amasawa. I was very glad to hear from you. See, like, he's so adorable. But, like, he's a shady bitch. Well, whatever. Hey, he can still be hot. And an asshole. He didn't send me a single message until now. I was beginning to worry I overstepped my bounds giving you my contact info. So getting your message out of the blue was quite a nice surprise. Yeah, I'm sure your wife loves it. Or your husband. Whatever. I'm just saying, he's wearing a giant fucking ring. It could be a fashion ring, but I'm just saying. Sorry, I guess I'm talking a bit too much. Just overly excited, I guess. Isaka looked slightly worried, his eyebrows furrowed. I quickly shook my head, reassuring him. Really? That's a relief. Sui, I'll have what she's having. Of course, coming right up. Isaka was certainly more talkative than during our first encounter at Evergreen, and he carried on immediately. So, what is it that's bothering you? When he accurately guessed my intention, Isaka grinned proudly. I figured, whenever a junior colleague contacts me out of nowhere, it usually means they need advice. So ask me anything. I might not look like it, but I'm quite reliable. Who knows, I might be able to help you. I told him about the conflict between Mitsuki and I when he found out I went for a drink with Asaka. What? You had a fight with Satame? Just because you had a drink with me? I'm sorry, perhaps I was a bit too cavalier asking you to join me again. But for him to be mad because you had a drink with a colleague, I never realized he could be so petty. I mean, he's not your boyfriend or anything, right, Amasawa? I agreed with him while making up some other complaints. I knew that we were going to call him out. We were going to make up some shit and test him. Hell yeah! We're trapping a bitch! Perhaps he got the wrong idea and thinks you have feelings for him. In fact, this certainly wouldn't be the first time. Surprising, you think? I mean, given how attractive he is. Are you jealous because he's not in love with you? Am I gonna have to fight a bitch for my bitch? I've heard stories of him flirting with one girl after another, only to leave them heartbroken. Is that really true, though? I feel like Isaka's trying to be like, oh, he must think you have feelings for him, but just in case you're actually entertaining having feelings for him, because I know you were friends, like, he's a man whore, and you don't want that in your life. I feel like this is him trying to, like, I mean, he's definitely smack-talking Mitsuki, right? But, like, and just because he's a labradoodle and he's friendly doesn't mean it's flirting. You know what I mean? As a man, I can't help feel a bit envious of his charisma and good looks. His problematic personality aside, of course. I nodded in agreement. Mitsuki always seemed slightly detached from reality, and sometimes it was hard to understand what he was thinking. I know, right? It's exhausting being pushed around by him all the time, isn't it? I'll talk to him about all this, and don't worry, I won't let him know it came from you, Amasawa. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Just say so. Oh, if there's anything, sorry. Following his suggestion, I decided to bring up the rumors circulating in the office. Rumors? Are you talking about the harassment thing? Is that why Saotome's upset and taking it out on you? I nodded and Asaka heaved a very heavy sigh. What the hell is he thinking? If the rumors were false, all he had to do was act normal around you. Man, this is making me think he really did those things back in high school. See? He knows about the high school thing. Asaka muttered those words to himself, but I still managed to catch them. What, you didn't know? There's a rumor Saotome created a gossip forum at his high school and instigated bullying. I heard Saotome ended up being shunned by everyone until graduation, but honestly, it sounded like he deserves it. It sounded like he deserves it. Well, deserved it. You get it, Words. I simply nodded without saying a word, and Asaka gave me a rueful smile. See, now that look on his face is, I'm about to take down a labradoodle. But before, he always had a smile with those eyes, and it was like, I'm about to shove you down on the desk. You know, and it was like, okay. But now it's like, now you're going to hurt my labradoodle, so I'm going to kiss you really hard, and then I'm going to bitch slap you for it. He's an asshole, but they made him pretty, is all I'm saying. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have said that. Did you just inch closer to me? I assumed you and Saltame were dating. I'm relieved to find out that's not the case. As he said this, Asaka leaned in closer, our bodies nearly touching. Oh, he is getting all sorts of up in my shit. Caught off guard by his boldness, I quickly pulled back. I worried that my reaction might have offended Asaka, but he didn't seem to notice. If Satome's not your boyfriend, then maybe I should give it a shot. Asaka's words were cut off by a sudden sharp knock against the counter, making his last words inaudible. Oh, I was actually... It's a CG of our labradoodle getting all up and protecting us. I was wondering if it was going to be Shuya being like, whoa! Stop that shit. Don't harass the lady. Asaka, I didn't know you had feelings for Spacey. But unfortunately for you, it's too late to make your move now. What are you doing here? Why am I here? Come on, Asaka, you should know the answer. Let's not get into details here. So how about we step outside? Mitsuki, wearing a troubled expression, gestured toward the exit. Sorry for the fuss, boss. Appreciate your understanding. No problem. Just... don't overdo it, okay? That's up to Asaka here. Mitsuki responded nonchalantly to the manager's wry smile. Asaka's face grew pale as he watched their exchange. He's like, wait, the manager's gonna let you beat my ass? Yeah. A few days earlier, after work, Mitsuki took me to a family restaurant to talk. You know how I said that Asaka seemed kind of fishy earlier? I think he's the one that's been spreading rumors about me. I had a hunch from Mitsuki's behavior earlier, but hearing him confirm it left me with mixed feelings. But I accepted it with a nod, and Mitsuki continued. Spacey, has Asaka ever badmouthed me to you? Seriously, what a headache. But the issue is, if his actions seem like harassment, that's a problem in itself. Let's be honest, he can be a handful. He's been rather pushy with you, hasn't he? Unfortunately, a few instances came to mind. Of course, we can't jump to conclusions and assume he's behind it all, but... Didn't the rumors start right after the two of you had drinks together? You said you discussed me, right? Did you ask him for advice about me, Spacey? That was around the time I was having problems connecting with Saltame at the start of our working together. As Mitsuki said, it must have sounded like I had gone to Asaka to complain. I thought so. Seems like Asaka took your words and spun them into this harassment rumor. In other words, the cause of all this was me. I was to blame for all the hardship Mitsuki had to endure the past few weeks. No, it's not your fault, Spacey. The real bad guy is the one who manipulated you. Also took your words, like, you having issues with someone at work because you're not getting along and you're butting heads doesn't mean that that person's an asshole or you're an asshole. It just means you're butting heads. So you going to somebody who worked with them before and be like, how did you deal with it? Because, like, I'm having a problem connecting with them and, like, whatever, does not mean that that person goes, oh, Saotame's a douche. He is bullying her. It's more like, yeah, no, he's hard to get along with. You know what I mean? And you got to deal with him this way or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know? Like, it doesn't sound like he's always been the easiest person to work with, and he knows that because he's always, this is the way I do things, and I don't understand. And, you know, now he's getting better at it because of us and, like, whatever. But, like, so, yeah, it's not unreasonable to think you would talk to someone like that. You know, someone who's worked with him before, try to figure out how to connect with him. And Asaka's the one that ran with him and was like, he's an asshole just because he doesn't like Mitsuki. You know what I mean? So. Also, I'm a bit worried about the project I was handling in my last department. I heard Asaka took over the project after I left, but they sure seem to be having a lot of issues. Sorry, I've got a bit of a crisis on my hands. Can we chat later? Sorry, can you wait? I gotta deal with something from my former department. Seems like there was a pretty big problem.
Seeing as I used to oversee this stuff, I'm trying to look it over, but... there it is. All this nonsense code's been added. Who the heck fiddled with the spec sheet?
Apparently Asaka. He sucks at his job. Mitsuki's words reminded me of my latest interaction with Asaka, and further back when Mitsuki had helped with their specs. It really seemed the project wasn't running smoothly at all.
Maybe he was just pissed off that I left him with a really tough project. Also, Asaka mentioned he's joining the competition, so maybe he wanted to knock us out and deal with fewer competitors.
Well, I can understand those as motives. I initially thought they were on good terms, and those seemed pretty drastic. Mitsuki even seemed fond of Asaka as a kind of mentor, so... Well, none of that mattered if Asaka was the one trying to hurt Mitsuki. All of this made me deeply sad.
Yeah, you wouldn't do this just because you were like, he left me with a big project, so I'm gonna ruin his reputation. You know what I mean? It would be more like if Mitsuki came back and was like, oh, it's because Isaka's a fucking dumb fuck, and he's awful, and was like, always you know what I mean? But like, just leaving you with a project isn't the problem. I would think there's some jealousy there. You know what I mean? Aw, don't look like that. Yeah, I got mixed feelings about this too. And that's why we should talk directly with him about it. Besides, I got my teammates on the Astarcy team, and I got you, Spacey, so don't look so down.
If even he could put a positive spin on it, then I shouldn't be so negative either. Our primary concern now was to hear Asaka's side of the story. Mitsuki seemed to agree and continued with a serious expression.
We can't leave things as they are. We have to take some kind of action. Which brings me to my idea. It's simple. You take Asaka to a bar or something and vent about me. Say things like I'm being overbearing even though we aren't dating and that it's disrupting your work. If he encourages you to share more, make up more negative things about me. That way, I think we can figure out if he's the source. If he brings up some kind of rumor that you don't... Oh. Maybe if you don't know. If he brings up some kind of rumor that you don't, or don't know, I don't know if it's supposed to... I don't know which way they meant. We'll know he's spreading this garbage. What do you think? Can you do that for me?
I knew that meant Mitsuki wouldn't be there for any of this. I felt a great deal of pressure at the thought of trying to get evidence from Asaka on my own. Call him and have the phone sitting there.
Don't worry too much. If it doesn't work, we'll figure something else out. I need you to call me on your phone and put it in your pocket without hanging up. I was like, call him and like have the phone down or something so he can hear. Then I'll be able to listen to the conversation and bust in at the right time. I'll be careful to stay hidden from Asaka's view, but I'll be close by. And if I sense any danger, Spacey, I'll come to your rescue immediately.
I was grateful for Mitsuki's reassuring words, and if this plan succeeded, the office rumors about him would stop. In order to ensure that, I had to do my part. Despite Mitsuki looking calm on the outside, I knew he was unsettled by the whole thing. It had to hurt to suspect a friend of such manipulation and betrayal.
Yeah, I don't want it to be Asaka either. But I can't forgive him if he's been manipulating you. I'm not gonna rest till we get to the bottom of this.
He sounded so cool and determined, it built up my resolve to follow his plan. I took out my phone and prepared to send Asaka a ring message. As I typed, I wondered about what to say.
Did you finish? Let me see. Hello, Asaka. I'd like some advice regarding my work. Are you available next week? This is too businessy. Try again. Add a little more... I'd really love to see you, or I miss you. Try to charm him into this.
You'd be like, hey, it's been a while since we spoke. I'd really love to see you and catch up. Also, if you don't mind, I could use some advice. For some reason, Mitsuki seemed to be thoroughly enjoying this.
Let Mitsuki write it. Hey, baby. I'm just sitting here in my old high school cheerleader uniform thinking about you.
I wonder if we really needed to go to such lengths just to invite him out, but... I revised the message and showed it to Mitsuki again.
Yeah, okay, let's see. I'm totally in the mood for some drinks. We should totally go get some, please. This is terrible. This doesn't even sound like you. I get it, though. It's hard asking out a guy you don't like. Why not pretend you're sending the message to me?
That's so adorable. Send it to me. At Mitsuki's suggestion, I... Angry or sad? Probably sad, because we keep doing the sad one with him. Imagining that I was texting Mitsuki left me even more at a loss. I barely managed to message him the last time.
Come on, hurry up. Just think of it as practice for asking me out in the future.
I was somewhat embarrassed by the idea of practice, but sighed and tried it out.
Oh, done already? That was quick.
I love you so hard, do me now.
The sticker alone doesn't make any sense. Why do you always text like this? Alright, enough. We're never gonna get anywhere at this rate.
Mitsuki seemed to have grown tired of waiting. He readjusted my phone in his hands and got to work. He wrote out a message in no time. I told you he was gonna write it!
Hey, Saka, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Let's catch up next week if you're free. There we go. Saka's definitely gonna take the bait if you send this.
I like the fact that Mitsuki is catfishing him now. Mitsuki handed me back my phone and I hit send on the message to Asaka. Alright. Oh, we're getting the oh! But we're at time and I'm on lunch, so I can't keep going, so. We will see the rest of the message and finish up, well, not finish up, but you know what I mean. We'll see the rest of our message to Asaka and his response and everything next time. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.